So today's topic is pressure in fluid and atmospheric chapter. So today we are going to do pressure in fluid. So first of all, pressure. What is pressure? So we are going to define pressure first of all, then we will discuss about fluid. So pressure. Pressure is simply said to be the force per unit area. Force by area mathematically. But if more accurately, if we write it, so it is not the force, so we write it as pressure equals to thrust by area. Thrust by area. So thrust by area, more accurately pressure can be written in this form. This is the more accurate form to write pressure. So now what is thrust? Thrust and the force both are the same thing, both have the same unit, each and everything is same, but in term of physics, generally if we discuss about the force and thrust, both are the same thing, but in physics there is difference between the force and the thrust. Only difference is that force, that means if any manner, if you apply anything external agent on an object, it will be called force. But in case of thrust, you will have to apply it perpendicularly. Force acting perpendicularly is said to be thrust. So thrust is nothing but thrust is what? Thrust is the force acting normally on a surface. So if we are writing the thrust, force acting normally on a surface, that means the manner to exert force on a surface, if it is exerted means at an angle of 90 degree, only in that case it will be said to be the force. So in order to define pressure, we will write thrust by area. So the thrust you understood, it is the force acting normally on a surface. Unit will be the same unit, Newton and dyne. So the pressure, so if we need to write the definition of pressure, so what will be the definition of pressure? So pressure is defined as, definition very clearly understand, pressure is defined as force per unit area. That means if on unit area, if unit amount of the force is exerted, so that is said to be the pressure. So pressure, I am writing the definition, pressure. So pressure is defined as thrust per unit area, and mathematically pressure equals to thrust by area. Okay, so now after definition, each and every time what we do, we write the unit of the pressure. So unit, what is the unit for thrust? So unit for the thrust, that is the Newton, and what is the unit for area? That is the meter square. So the Newton per meter square, that is the unit of pressure. But whenever we write a unit with the two or more quantity in physics, so in most of the cases, for that we use a single term, and that single term will be the Pascal. Unit, that means Newton per meter square is written as Pascal. So now again we will have a new definition. So Pascal equals to, so Pascal, if mathematically Pascal is expressed, it will be expressed as Newton per meter square, that is the Pascal. And if we need to give the definition of Pascal, so what will be the definition of Pascal? So Pascal is defined as simple Pascal, if 1 Newton of the force is applied on an area of 1 meter square, then under that situation the pressure developed is said to be the 1 Pascal. So our definition will be pressure developed is said to be 1 Pascal. Pressure developed is said to be 1 Pascal if 1 Newton of force applied on an area, force is applied on an area of 1 meter square. So that is the definition of Pascal. So we understood pressure, thrust, unit of pressure, Pascal, etc. So after that we are going to discuss the factors that would influence the pressure exerting on a point. So under what situation the pressure pressure can be increased, decreased, or on what factors pressure depend on an area, on a surface. So the pressure, the only one thing you will have to keep in mind, pressure equals to force thrust by area. If you remember this one only, you will able to give each an answer, you will able to explain each and everything related to pressure. So the factors on the pressure depend. So first, the force applied, magnitude of the force applied is directly proportional, and we can write it here like this one: pressure is directly proportional to the force applied, magnitude of the force applied. That means if the more force is applied, there will be more pressure for a particular area. Yes, keep in mind, if you keeping the area constant and if you increase the magnitude of the force applied on a surface, the pressure, the magnitude of the pressure will increase. And next one is, and under that same situation, if is keeping the area constant, magnitude of the force is decreased, so under that situation means magnitude of the pressure will decrease. And second point on which the pressure means mostly depend, that is the क्या हो जाएगा, area. So the pressure is inversely proportional. What? Inversely proportional to the area of contact. That means what? That means if you increase the area of an object, area of contact of an object, the pressure will reduce. And that is the situation, and that is the vice versa. If you reduce the area, that the pressure will increase. And there are lots of consequences, there are lots of examples related to it. We will come to it, but first, so the second thing that we understood, the pressure mainly depend upon the magnitude of the force applied and the area of the object. Now, how can pressure be increased? If we need to increase the pressure, so how can it be increased? So there are two ways, because it mainly depend upon the two factors. So if it depend upon the two factors, so there are only two ways by which pressure exerted on an object can be, on a surface, can be increased. So first one, by increasing the magnitude of the force applied for a fixed area. By increasing the magnitude of force applied. Okay. And the second one, by reducing the area of the object. By reducing area of the object. Okay. So there are the two things by which. Second one, increased, now decreased. So also there are two ways, because it mainly depend upon the two factors. So there are the two ways by which the pressure exerted on a surface can be decreased. The first one, I am not writing it, but I am only explaining. First one, so decreasing, by decreasing the magnitude of the force applied. If any quantity is directly proportional, so under that situation, by increasing the magnitude of other will increase, and by decreasing the magnitude of other will decrease. So force is directly proportional to the means pressure. So under that situation, if the magnitude of the force is decreased, the pressure exerting on a surface, on a particular area, will decrease. And the second one, in order to decrease the pressure, we increase the area. So if the area of the contact is increased, so under that situation the pressure will decrease. Okay, so this one was the increasing and decreasing. Now solid pressure and the liquid pressure. Next thing is solid and liquid pressure, and then we will come to some examples. Solid and liquid pressure. And thrust. One thing I forgot, thrust equals to, thrust exerted on a surface is completely equals to the weight of the object. So that is the thrust. So if weight, we have been given the weight of the object, so it will be considered as a thrust, it will be considered as a force. Okay, now the solid and the liquid pressure. Solid mainly exert force on a surface due to its weight. Liquid also exert pressure on an object due to its weight. And also in solid, molecules remain fixed. So it can exert, the main difference between the solid and the liquid pressure. So in solid, molecules remain intact to each other, remain fixed at a place. So in solid mainly exert pressure on a surface due to its weight and in downward direction. That is the pressure exerted by the solid. And the liquid also exert force due to its weight in the downward direction, as well as it also exert lateral pressure. That is the difference between the solid and the liquid pressure, because in liquid, molecules move randomly. There is the random movement of the molecules, and due to that random movement, it also strikes. Suppose if we have a container and in that molecules, liquid molecules are present, so these molecules will strike on the wall of the container, it will also strike on the wall of the container, and that will exert a lateral pressure. So that is not possible in case of the solid. So solid exert pressure on an object, on a surface due to its weight, and that pressure will be always in the downward directions. Liquid also exert pressure on a surface due to its weight in the downward direction, as well as the molecules of the liquids can move randomly, and due to that it strike on the wall of the container in which it is kept, and due to that it exert lateral pressure also. So solid and liquid pressure we understood. Now there are some consequences, there are some examples that we are going to study, where pressure, by increasing pressure by increasing area, by decreasing area, we can use it for our convenience. Such an example, knife have a pointed surface. That means what? If it has a pointed surface like this one, so that means what? Area of contact is less. That means we have done what? We have reduced the area of contact, and because of that, whenever the force is applied using this area of contact on a surface, it can easily get penetrate through that object. That means it can cut the object. That is not due to the we sometimes say it is sharp, it is something, it is blunt. That is not due to that, but due to the pressure exert, it can easily cut the object. In the same cases, needles have a pointed tip. Like this one pointed tip. So the pointed tip, that means what? The area of contact is less. So area of contact is less, area of contact has been reduced. So due to that, it can easily get into any object due to the large pressure. As the area of contact is less, pressure developed will be large, and due to that it can get into. Okay, the tank, heavy tank has the caterpillar's chain. So caterpillar steel chain that has been provided to the wheel of the tanks, that is called caterpillars. So why that has been provided with the, because it is heavy. The weight of the tank is that is heavy weight, and due to that heavy weight, it cannot move properly on the ground, it will sink into the ground. But whenever the caterpillar chains are provided, so under that situation, the area of contact get expanded, area of contact increased, and due to that, due to increased area of contact, suppose this is the chain, due to the increased area of contact, pressure get reduced, and that's why it can easily move on the ground. Sleepers, flat buildings, tall buildings are made in this manner. That means the base are broad, then upper portion will be little less than this one, then upper portion will be little less than this one. So base are the base are made broad. So the base of the tall buildings are broad. Why? Because same thing, if the area of contact base is much larger than the upper surface, so it will reduce the pressure on the ground and the structure will remain safe, that will not exert that much of pressure. So there are lots of examples, not only this one, there are much more examples. So you can do only one thing, you will have to keep in mind, if you are increasing the area, pressure will reduce, and if you are reducing the area, pressure will increase. In next video we will discuss next topic.